Scott, I'm back out here. I got my shades on. It's late night. It's like 1:39 a.m. That's what it is. It's 1:39 a.m. I know I'm like all over the place with my setup, which is fine. Got the shades on, but hey, it ain't got to be about that. It's not gonna be about that. Let me make sure my volume is not too loud. Because last time I had it up. 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 That's my microphone right there. Yeah. I'm a comedian. I'm a husband. I'm a cake maker from scratch. Make rolls from scratch. I cook from scratch. All that stuff. I told you that before my last podcast. But I'm here, Dennis Stradford. 100 Truths. I'm moving around a little bit, touching stuff, so you probably can hear this in the background. But like I said, I'm trying to get the volume right so it don't sound too loud and crazy. Too loud and too crazy. I just came from a show. I got me some tea. Let me take this thing off here so there won't be no problems with that. But I got me some tea, some red tea. Don't look red, but I got honey in it. I got turmeric and cinnamon. All that good stuff. But what's going on out in the world, folks? I hope everything's all right with you guys. Wish you nothing but the best. I got my tool. So whenever I want to do that, I got it right there. So I don't know, like what's been on my mind today. Like I said, I'm getting this podcast together to get it right, get it tight, and to make it flow the way I want it to flow. I got this bracelet on. I probably need to take it off because you're gonna keep hearing this bang banging. It's a glass table up on there. So we get rid of that. We ain't gotta worry about that. But yeah, grown. Let's talk about grown children. Grown children. Children, grown children. Grown children, grown children. So like I know you're like, what are you talking about like far as grown children? Well, you got it's a mentality. Comes down to a mentality. Like you got your kids who you raise, kids who have been raised, who are not prepared mentally as grown folks, man, woman. They're not they're not ready to handle their situations, because of the circumstances. However you want to look at it. Like I said, you got grown children that's doing childish things. So not being responsible and holding themselves accountable. You know what I mean? Holding themselves accountable, having what do you call it, temper tantrums, having temper tantrums. You know. So I'm no psychologist. I'm no psychiatrist. None of that. None of that. None of that stuff. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. So I knocked my earphones up. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist. None of that. None of that. I can make suggestions. Whether you want to roll with them or not, that's cool. Like I said, you don't have to. But I know let me see how I can explain this. I know it's like, well, will you get to the point? Will you make it happen? Well, like I said, I'm feeling this out. Make sure everything is blah blah blah, and we're gonna make it right. But I got my notes over here. Far as talk about things I want to talk about. So, like I was saying, grown children, meaning with the mentality of they're being an adult, but they're an adult in size and age, right? You're an adult in size and age, but mentally you're not an adult yet. You're not. You haven't been prepared for the. You have been, or maybe you have, maybe you have not been prepared for the real world, the reality of the world. But mentally, you're still like complaining, having temper tantrums, and wanting things to go your way, and they're not. So it's like, all right, then it's where you going with this. Where it's like a no win situation when it comes down to an argument. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm trying to I'm trying to put it together so it can be right, but it might not be right because nobody's perfect, and hey, nobody's perfect and all that good stuff. But like I was saying, far as where I'm trying to go with this, I don't know because I'm trying to figure out where I'm trying to go. I know what I want to say, but it's not coming out like I want to say it. How about we put it like that? I know what I'm trying to say, but it's not coming out like I want to say it. So um, maybe I should go on a different topic. But I'm just saying, grown uh, children, grown children. So you raise your child to be an adult, and they're still not mentally prepared for this world, meaning that they have temper tantrums, and I'm kind of lost right now. But it's cool because I'm rolling with this, and I'm not perfect, but I know what I want to say, but it just hasn't come out yet. So I'm gonna have a sip of my tea, and let's see. Hold on, y'all. Wait 1 second. Let me check something out for a second. Hold on, wait right there. All right, I'm right here though, but don't leave me though. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. I'm right here. I'm right here. Yeah. So anyway, um, I might have to erase this one, but like I said, I'm building on it. I got it moving. Um, I had this thing in my mind where I knew what I was gonna say. I was out in the car. I took a ride, and I had everything situated. And when I had everything situated, it was going right. So excuse me for drinking my tea, but it's hot, but I'm gonna drink it until I can get what I really want to say together. I gotta like relax for a minute and go from there. But what do I want to talk about this evening at this late hour? What's going on with life and relationships. Let's talk about uh, uh, maybe we want to talk about I know people gonna be like, you ain't talking about shit. And right now you're right because I'm working on getting it together. Like I said, I'm working on these are still rough drafts that I'm working on. And between this is my second one, and the third one, I'll truly have it together. So I ain't gonna fake the funk like I'm perfect. like I got it all together, and right now I'm rambling and stumbling. I can honestly say that, which is fine. I'm rambling and stumbling. I just left a show. Did this show. It was pretty cool. Had a good time. I had a topic that I did want to talk about, and I kind of like fumbled. So don't hold it against me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna sip my tea again. But the topic was grown children. Basically, you could say like people stuck in their ways, which I think could be a crock of shit at the end of the day. Like we always say, people get grown, they're stuck in their ways. Your parents, your siblings, your brothers and sisters. Oh, excuse me, they stuck in their ways. You know what? I'm gonna have to start this. I'm gonna have to start this joint all over. I think I'm gonna have to delete this joint because I'm trying to get it. I'm not gonna delete it. I'm trying to get it together, but I just ain't got it together yet. I'm working on getting it together because I know I'm like fumbling. I don't know why I'm fumbling. I had the whole blueprint for today, but right now I'm fumbling. I really am fumbling. I'm not nervous. None of that. I'm not nervous or nothing. No, but I'm just fumbling right now. And just, you subscribe to my channel because I am dope. I am dope. But hey, I'm just fumbling right now. Because I have these things that I want to talk about, but I'm like, what do I really want to talk about, and how do I really want to talk about it? So I tell you what. This is what we can talk about. Let's talk about sports. Let's talk about the old school versus the new school. Let's talk about that. Where you have the old school being upset and feeling some type of way with the new school. Let's talk basketball, b-ball. I did play basketball for a minute. The highest I got, the furthest I got with basketball was sophomore in high school. It wasn't that I wasn't good enough; it was just other circumstances, and a situation occurred where it wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to be beneficial to me. But at the time that I did play, it was physical. It was hand checking. It was centers. You pass into the center, they playing in the block. People getting hacked, people getting fouled, people getting knocked out of bounds, and all that stuff. So I'm saying that to say, fast forward. I graduated at a certain year, and the old school. I'm not old school, but I am old school to a certain degree, a certain extent. You could say I am old school, but I'm not with the old school mentality. Um, as far as being upset and mad and angry and livid and feeling some type of way with the new school. You know what I mean? When it comes down to basketball, upset with the new school because the way they're playing ball. They crybabies. They couldn't play in Isaiah Thomas and Jordan and the Bulls and Larry Bird era, right? That's that's the thought process. That's the opinion, and which is fine. I have no problem with that. But what we fail to realize and what we don't understand and what we screw up at is the rules that have been changed where it's not that much physicality. It's not physical anymore. It's not because of the new school coming in here complaining about it. It's the commissioner and the people higher up, the powers that be that made the decision, the choices to make the league a softer league, if you want to call it softer. All right, so they took the hand checking and the flagrant fouls and all of a sudden the 3-point shot come in where everybody's shooting the threes, even the centers. So the old school is getting upset. They okay, fine, but you can't you can't say they couldn't play in this era. How can you say that? Let's be realistic. How can you literally say that LeBron, Kevin Durant, KD, who's the other guards? Chris Paul. I'm just going on with basketball for a minute. I'm no basketball expert. Like I said, I just play basketball. But how you gonna go on and on saying that they couldn't play in a physical era where it involved, teams from the '80s with Magic Johnson, the Lakers, and Sidney Moncrief, the Milwaukee Bucks. You see, y'all don't remember that. How can you say that they wouldn't have survived or been successful in that era? How can you say that? They didn't have to play in that era. So, the rules have changed, and because in life you have to adjust. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or am I right? In life you have to adjust. You have to decide. Like, you don't even have to decide. Like, if you're put in a situation where you have no other choice but to adjust, then what are you gonna do? Let's be realistic. If the players that's playing right now in this era had to make a decision, had to make a choice, then how would they adjust and would they be successful? Of course they would. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Like I said, I'm all over the place because I'm getting it together. I know y'all hear stuff moving around because it's right next to it, but we have to be honest. I wanna I just want to talk about my experiences, and one of them is basketball. It is. Like I said, I didn't play long, so I can't sit there and I'm no journalist, so I can't sit there and say to you that I'm not going to judge any of the players, the athletes, saying oh they soft. I can't say that. I'm not. I've never made it to the professional level like most of us who have these opinions about the professionals. Most of us who have these opinions about professionals who haven't been on professional level saying what they would have could have what they would have did or could have did or should have did but never been there. Let's be honest. You can't call somebody soft in a league, in a professional league, if you haven't been a pro player yourself. You can't even call the cat that's on the bench the last player. You know, I'm sitting here looking like I'm looking in the camera. I'm looking in the screen, trying to see how my face is and all this. Like I said, this is something that I'm working with. This is I'm gonna have it right. Oh, you better believe this. I don't know if people gonna watch the whole thing or not. That's cool, but I'm gonna have my podcast, my live YouTube is gonna be jumping. So as of right now, yeah, I'm rolling with the mix. I'm getting it right. Like I said, I'm trying to feel it out. I've been fumbling since I've been on here. I've been fumbling because I was trying to get to the point about talking about grown children, meaning adults who've been raised, and when they come out on their own, they still have the child. I know I just left the basketball thing. They still have the childhood mentality, meaning that they're complaining, crying, bitching, moaning about things not going their way, and they blaming everybody else but themselves. They're blaming everybody else but themselves for where they're at right now in life and their circumstances. So I know you're trying to figure out like, well, where are you getting at? What are you really trying to say? You know, you got grown children who have kids. Like you got an adult, somebody in your family. It may be you, it may be me, that have children, and you trying to you raising your kids, but you still have that kid mentality. You don't know how to interact with them. You don't know how to have an adult conversation when your child becomes an adult. You're still talking at them instead of talking to them. So with you being in I know I'm sounding crazy. I know I'm sounding crazy. Sort of, kind of, but not really. Your mentality is just not as a grown person. Like they say, when you become a grown you become a man or a woman, you become a grown person, you leave your childish ways behind. And some of us don't for a long time or forever. And a lot of times we won't admit that. We won't be honest with ourselves about it. Let's be honest now. Let's be honest. I think I'm gonna have to start this joint over though. Mm, look at here. Excuse me. I got the string caught in my mouth. But yeah, I might have to end this and erase it. I don't know if you can erase it or not, but I might have to start this over. But well, you know what? I can edit it. That's right, I can edit it. So um let me I think I might you know what? Let's see. I'm gonna think I'm gonna start this one over. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to erase it or not. I really don't. But I'm gonna see what's gonna happen, and because I'm fumbling. I'm fumbling. I am. I'm not nervous or nothing. I'm not nervous, but I am fumbling. I'm like all over the place right now. And I had the idea. Well, I had the plan on what it was I was going to talk about, and I wanted to talk about, but I'm like all over the place. Oh, excuse me. And I am all over the place. I'm not mad at myself for being all over the place. Honest and truthful because I'm not. Hey, look, I don't claim to be perfect, but I claim to be, for the most part. I'll tell you the truth. I'll be honest with you. At least I'll be honest with you. If I screwed up, I screwed up. You know, on to the next, move forward. Like my sister say, on to the next. You know what I mean? So I'm stuttering. First of all, but I'm working on it. I want to make sure everything right with the volume, but I'm working on it. I'm stuttering as far as when it comes down to fumbling, coming down what I want to talk to you about, what I wanted to talk to you about, subject matter and all that stuff. But I'm on a don't worry, my channel is gonna be live. This is my second one in a year. I did one 2 days ago, or yesterday. No, yesterday I did one, which was cool. So I'm back on this one again today. Out. But I know people probably will watch it for a minute. Some will watch it for a whole bunch of minutes, and some may feel some type of way. But I'm gonna have to see how I'm gonna work this out. I think I'm gonna actually start over. I'm going to my mental Rolodex, my mental Rolodex, my mental Rolodex, and I believe I'm gonna start all over. I think I'm gonna start, but maybe not. That was the plan to start. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm drinking tea. My tea, I got honey, cinnamon, and turmeric in it. Not that y'all care, but oh no. I done messed up. I done hit the wrong button. Um hmm. I'm gonna start over because actually I want to reposition my camera. And so if this stays on, that's cool. But I know I was rambling. But if this stays on, that's cool. Y'all know I done said it several times that I was rambling, not rambling, but fumbling. So if this stays on here like it does, cool, no problem. Charge it to the game. Charge it to the game, son. Charge it to the game, son. Word is bond, kid. You know what I mean? Charge it to the game. It is what it is. So I'm gonna see what I can do here. And I'm gonna start over. If I don't start over tonight, I'll start over tomorrow and come back with another one.